this was a story about a little boy. And it took place in one of the big northern cities. The little boy's mommy had died, and his daddy had run away. And he had to sell papers on the street corner to pay his way. And as one night, he was walking by a little mission house. He heard the preacher in there, and he was to tell about Jesus. Well, Jimmy said, I believe I'll go in. Like Jesus is in there, I'll give him one of my papers. So he went in and sat down about halfway to the building. And when an altar call was made, he was the first to get up to go pray. He said, Jesus. He said, this is Jimmy. Jesus. He said, this is Jimmy. Well, he did this for about 3 nights in a row. And some of the committee got together. They called the pastor over. They said, preacher, they said, the boy can stay. But this simple prayer that he says just has to go. So the preacher called the little boy over. He looked up with a puzzled look in his eye and a tear trickling down his cheek. And he said, you made Jesus sound so good. He said, all I know to say was Jesus. This is Jimmy. So he went and sat back down. And when service had ended that night, he was the first to get up to leave. As he stepped out the door, there was a dull thud. And he went out to see what was wrong. There lay little Jimmy all covered in blood. So they gathered up his little body and rushed him to the hospital. When they got him, the other doctors looked at him and shook his head. He said, it's impossible for the little fellow to live. But he said, every bone in his body is bruised. But about that time, the little boy's lips began to move. And the preacher went over to see what he was saying. He was saying, Jesus. He said, this is Jimmy. He said, Jesus. He said, this is Jimmy. But just as Fred left that little boy, and he left this world for a better one, that whole room got still. That's a great voice filled that room. And it said, Jimmy. It said, this is